G'day and welcome back to the channel. A lot of people have sent me a link to this video, the video you see on your screen now, which was posted by Moss Photography. But before I get into the details of the video, I have to say Moss Photography did not make this video. They did not take this video. They simply downloaded it off a Facebook page and uploaded it to this channel. And I'll show you why. If we go to the description of the video, it says, "This is not my video. I downloaded it from Mr. Lucia's Facebook page before he took it down." This is the link that many have sent to different government agencies. Mr. Lucia has since removed his entire Facebook page. This is one of the most irresponsible, ignorant, reckless, moronic, outright dangerous things I've ever seen with the drone. I hope the FAA and the Navy come fry Mr. Giovanni Lucia's butt. So let's make it quite clear. Don't go blaming Moss Photography. They've actually done a good thing. They've done a good thing because they went and grabbed this video while it was still on Facebook and uploaded it so that authorities have got some evidence to go on. And it's even got copyright, G.O. Lucia, on the video. So there can be no doubt that this video was created by Mr. Giovanni Lucia, who's since scurried away and tried to hide because he's done a very bad thing. And perhaps this video demonstrates why brothers and sisters should never be allowed to marry, and certainly not over successive generations either, because this level of stupid doesn't happen overnight. It's a result of ongoing inbreeding within a family. You have to have several generations before you get someone this totally stupid. And what am I talking about? Well, let's have a quick look at the video. Obviously, there's Detroit City. Let's go along here. Here's some footage which is obviously shot from the ground, shaky camera, hand camera, probably a phone, I don't know. And you can see when it pans around, there's buildings down here, there's a handrail. So this is ground footage. These are the jets flying over. There are 6 jets and a wingman out here on the corner. He's probably looking for drones. 6 jets flying over at quite low level over the city. So you think, well, okay, that's, this happens from time to time, and this was, something, a spectacle for all the people to see during lockout. It keeps their mind off the problems that they're facing at the moment. And you think, yeah, well, what's the problem? Look at this video. I mean, who cares? Someone's filmed some jets flying over the city. Well, let's move on a little bit to here. Now we switch to drone footage. You can tell it's drone footage because look, we're way up in the sky. There's the river. I assume it's a river through Detroit. Is Detroit on the Great Lakes? I don't know. What's all this water out here? Is it the lakes or something? I have no idea. I don't know Detroit. Never been there. I just know they used to make cars there before the Japanese started making cars. But out here you can see there's plenty of clouds. There's a little cloud here. That's not actually a cloud. That is the smoke trail from the jets. I'm going to let the video play through now a little bit, and you watch what happens here. And we're panning up with the drone. Here we go, panning around, Whoa, this is getting a little bit close, don't you think? Oh, seriously, let me pause it here. How close is that to the drone? I can't use meters here because Americans don't understand that. They think meters are things that measure your water or your petrol, your gasoline. This is actually probably about 100 feet. No more than 100 feet, I'd say, because this is a reasonably wide-angled lens. 100 feet between the jet and the drone. Seriously, what possessed this man and his sister wife to fly a drone like this? I don't know, but they obviously did. Well, actually, did they? I mean, a lot of people are going to say, oh, this is CGI. This is a mock-up. This is not real. And, I always tend to think, well, it's possible that this isn't conclusive evidence. Someone could have. I mean, I do a lot of special effects, and when I do effects, I know that, it's not that difficult to produce pretty realistic looking results here. And if we look at things like, well, where's the smoke trail out of this one? And does that smoke trail line up perfectly with the tailpipe of that? You can do a bit of forensics. So we go back a few frames perhaps and see. Here we've got that smoke trail there. Where's that trail come from? Let's move forward. It could be coming from there. So you could do it. Someone's going to do a forensic analysis of this video, and they'll come up and tell us whether they think it's real or not. But if it wasn't real, if this was a CGI job, if someone had got there and composited all this stuff and done some 3D rendering and produced this footage, why would you take down your entire Facebook page when somebody rumbled you, when someone said, hey, that's not good? Why wouldn't you just say, no, I just did it, it's all special effects, and here's a video showing me doing it and how I did it? I mean, that's what I would do if I'd done it. But I would have said when I posted something like this is not genuine. This is an example of how clever I am with my 3D software and my special effects software. Mr. Lucia didn't say that. And as soon as people noticed this, he disappeared, tried to do a disappearing act with his sister wife. So, I don't know. What do we do? What do we take from this? And if we just let this play on a bit further, you can see that the drone pans around, propeller in the corner in the shot there. Here's a slower version. And what do you do? I mean, seriously, now Moss Photography obviously totally appalled by this. I'm probably more appalled. I think their statement that this was one of the most irresponsible, ignorant, reckless, moronic, outright dangerous things ever seen with a drone, I think they're right on the money. In fact, they've understated it. I think it's worse than that. Because what's happened is that we as a community, I'm talking about drone flyers, model flyers, we work very hard to try and convince the public and the regulators and authorities that we're responsible people. We value security and safety of the public and property and human life. And then some clown and his sister wife come along and do this. And this is just totally unacceptable. It ruins all the hard work we've done to try and portray the hobby as a safe, wholesome, responsible activity. Man, if I could catch Mr. Lucia in a dark alley somewhere, he wouldn't be coming out in the same shape he went in, I'll tell you now. And I think a lot of people would agree with me on that one. So what do you do? What do you do? Because you know what's going to happen. The great unwashed public are going to go, woo, this is terrible. People could have died if one of those jets had hit a drone and exploded and showered the streets below with burning aviation fuel. Tens or dozens or hundreds of people could have died. And that's true. It's totally true. And they're going to say, we need more regulation. We need to ban these damn drones. They're just a nuisance. They just, they're noisy and they take away our privacy. We need to ban them. And of course, with Amazon and Google and that looking to take over this airspace, you bet they'd want to ban recreational drones. So it just adds extra fat to the fire, and of course, the problem is that this isn't a drone problem. And let me make it quite clear. This is not a drone problem any more than when some stupid person and his sister wife drive the wrong way down a freeway. That's a car problem. It's not a car problem. It's a stupid problem. It's a stupidity problem. It's a problem that stupidity cannot be fixed through rules or regulations. You can't regulate stupid out of existence. You really can't. So you've got to deal with it in other ways. And so anyone that calls for a ban on drones, because this clown, Mr. Giovanni and his sister wife have done this, Mr. Giovanni Lucia and his sister wife have done this, if they call for a ban on drones, then they should call for a ban on cars every time someone drives a vehicle down the wrong way on the freeway, or someone crashes into a crowd of people with a car because they're stupid and they press the accelerator instead of the brake. This is the same situation. You can't tar all drone users with this one reckless clown and his actions in this video. But I fear that's what will happen, because people don't want cars banned because they use cars, but they don't mind having drones banned because very few people actually use drones. So it doesn't affect them. They're happy to have a ban on stuff that doesn't affect them, but they'd never let you ban their cars. So we're going to deal with this. We need strategies. We need ways of doing that. And this is one of the reasons that I've set up the International Model Aviation Safety League, is to try and deal with situations just like this. And I'm going to be coming up with some kind of press release, some kind of strategy to try and diffuse this. If the mainstream media get a hold of this, which they will, because COVID's dying down in some places and they want more sizzle and steak and more awe and horror. If they do, I'll be trying my best to counter this with statements from the Safety League and saying we distance ourselves from this particular clown and his sister wife. He's nothing to do with us. He's a reckless fool. And we condemn his actions. So there you go. Now I'd like you to go to the comments, please, and have your say on this, because I think we all need to voice our opinion saying this is unacceptable, totally unacceptable. It is not representative of the opinions or the actions of everybody else that flies drones and RC models. It's just totally unbelievable. But if you think this is a fake, tell us why you think it's a fake. And if it was a fake, why did Mr. Lucia disappear in a cloud of smoke, trying to cover his back? There you go. So that's it. As I say, I'll link to this in the description of the video. I think because Moss Photography took the initiative, downloaded it, reposted it, I think they should get the benefit of the views. And yeah, thank you for watching. Thanks to my Patreon supporters, make it all possible for me to do these videos. And now you can stop emailing me, because yes, you can see. I've seen it. You've seen it. Everybody's seen it. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.